Let us see about respiratory system. The first part we will see is the pharynx begin at the base of the skull. It ends at the inferior border of cricoid cartilage. You can see in the picture, this is the base of the skull. So it begins from here and ends at the level of C6 or at the level of cricoid cartilage. This is cricoid cartilage. This is cervical vertebra 6th number and it ends here. From here the esophagus starts. In other words, esophagus is the continuation of pharynx at C6. The base of the skull is formed by body of sphenoid bone, basilar part of occipital bone and anterior arch of atlas vertebra. The pharynx is comprised of three parts, superior to inferior. The three parts are nasopharynx, oropharynx and laryngopharynx. This is nasopharynx, middle one is oropharynx and inferior one is laryngopharynx. About the nasopharynx, it is found between base of the skull and the soft palate. This is nasopharynx. This is base of the skull and this is the soft palate. So it is between base of the skull and the soft palate. It is lined with the respiratory epithelium. Respiratory epithelium means ciliated pseudostratified columnar epithelium with the globular cells. The posterior superior nasopharynx contains adenoid tonsils. The posterior superior nasopharynx contains adenoid tonsils. It is enlarged between 3 to 8 years of age. The adenoid tonsil is enlarged between 3 to 8 years of age. And inflammation of adenoid is called adenoiditis. The function of nasopharynx is conditioning of inspired air and propagating it to the larynx. Nasopharynx is the superior part of pharynx. It lies between base of the skull and the soft palate. It is lined with respiratory epithelium. The posterior part of nasopharynx contains adenoid tonsil. Enlarged adenoid tonsil or inflammation of adenoid tonsil is called adenoiditis. It is normally enlarged between 3 to 8 years of age. Its function is conditioning of the inspired air and propagating it to the larynx. Nasopharynx is the continuation of nasal cavity. This is the nasal cavity. Coming to the oropharynx. This is the middle part. It is located between soft palate and epiglottis. This is epiglottis. This is soft palate. So in between we can see the oropharynx. It contains four structures. Posterior 1/3 of tongue, lingual tonsil, palatine tonsil and superior constrictor muscle. Also, the Walde's ring is seen here. Walde's ring we have already seen in the lymphoid tissue. It is a ring of lymphoid tissue and formed by paired palatine tonsil, adenoid tonsil and lingual tonsil. It is involved with the phases of swallowing. Oropharynx, it is seen between soft palate and epiglottis. It consists of four structures and also Walde's ring. It is involved with the phases of swallowing and it is the middle part of pharynx. Coming to the laryngopharynx. It is inferior or the distal part of pharynx. It is located between upper border of epiglottis and the inferior border of cricoid cartilage. It is located between upper border of epiglottis and inferior border of cricoid cartilage at the level of C6. Then below C6, as we have seen already, it is continuous with the esophagus. It is continuous with the esophagus. This is the esophagus. Laryngopharynx contain middle and inferior pharyngeal constrictor muscles. It contain middle and inferior pharyngeal constrictor muscles. It is found posterior to the larynx. Laryngopharynx is found posterior to the larynx, or larynx is seen in the front and behind that is the laryngopharynx. It communicates with the larynx via laryngeal inlet. So posterior to this is the laryngopharynx, and there is a communication between laryngopharynx and the larynx via laryngeal inlet. Then on either side of the laryngeal inlet there is pyriform fossa. This depression is called a pyriform fossa on both sides. Coming to the pharyngeal muscle. The entire pharynx consists of two groups of muscle, longitudinal muscle and the circular muscles. Circular muscles are three in number: superior, middle and inferior pharyngeal constrictors. This is the superior constrictor, this is the middle constrictor, and this is the inferior constrictors. They are called the circular muscles of pharynx. They contract sequentially from superior to inferior to constrict the lumen and propel the bolus of food inferiorly to the esophagus. The constriction of these muscles from superior to inferior pushes the food forward into the esophagus. They are innervated by, or the nerve supply is from vagus nerve, that is cranial nerve 10. The pharynx consists of two groups of muscle, longitudinal muscle and circular muscle. Circular muscles are three in number: superior constrictor, middle constrictor and inferior constrictor. They constrict sequentially from superior to inferior to push the food forward into the esophagus. Then it is supplied by vagus nerve, which is cranial nerve 10. Coming to the longitudinal muscle group. They are also three in number: stylopharyngeus, palatopharyngeus and salpingopharyngeus. This is stylopharyngeus, this is palatopharyngeus and this is salpingopharyngeus. They are longitudinal muscles. They are also involved with the swallowing. They shorten and widen the pharynx and elevate the larynx during swallowing. They help to shorten and widen the pharynx and elevate the larynx during swallowing. In addition to swallowing, it helps to equalize the pressure in the middle ear via eustachian tube. It helps to equalize the pressure in the eustachian tube in the middle ear by eustachian tube. It is also innervated by vagus nerve. Longitudinal muscles are palatopharyngeus, salpingopharyngeus and stylopharyngeus. It has role in swallowing and equalization of pressure in middle ear. Coming to the clinical relevance of pharyngeal muscle. There is a condition called a pharyngeal diverticulum. Diverticulum means pouch. The inferior pharyngeal constrictor muscle has two portions, thyropharyngeus and cricopharyngeus. This is the inferior pharyngeal constrictor muscle. The upper part is thyropharyngeus and the lower part is cricopharyngeus. There is an area in between these two. This area, this white colored area, it is very weak. The area in between these two is very weak. So, it forms a midline diverticulum. This area in between thyropharyngeus and cricopharyngeus form a diverticulum when there is anything abnormal related to pushing of food from pharynx to the esophagus. It forms a diverticulum that is seen here. A projection of pharyngeal mucosa through the beak area in the laryngeal inferior pharyngeal constrictor muscle. This is pharyngeal diverticulum. A pouch of pharyngeal mucosa in between thyropharyngeus and cricopharyngeus muscle or parts of inferior pharyngeal constrictor muscle. Coming to the innervation of entire pharynx. The motor and the sensory innervation of the pharynx is by pharyngeal plexus, mainly by pharyngeal plexus. Pharyngeal plexus is a group or formed by pharyngeal branches from glossopharyngeal nerve, pharyngeal branch of vagus nerve, branches from external laryngeal nerve, and the sympathetic fibers from superior cervical ganglia. So the pharyngeal plexus is the innervation of majority of pharynx. The pharyngeal plexus is formed by four important nerve branches: pharyngeal branch of glossopharyngeal nerve, pharyngeal branch of vagus nerve, branches of external laryngeal nerve, and the sympathetic fibers from superior cervical ganglia. Coming to the vasculature, the arterial supply is from branches of external carotid artery. This is the arterial supply. This is the external carotid artery. External carotid artery. Arterial supply is from external carotid artery. The branches are ascending pharyngeal artery, branches of facial artery, and branches of lingual and maxillary artery. These are the branches of these three arteries. Then venous drainage, this is the veins. The venous drainage is by the pharyngeal venous plexus, which ultimately drain into the internal jugular vein. This is the internal jugular vein. Behind the internal carotid artery, it drains into pharyngeal plexus, drains into internal jugular vein. This is the internal jugular vein. The arterial supply is from branches of external carotid, and the venous drainage is by pharyngeal venous plexus, which drain into internal jugular vein. That is in brief about structure of pharynx or anatomy of pharynx. Thanks for your patient listening.